What's up? So on this channel I use a test bench let's back it up. There's really two reasons for this video today. One, we're gonna update or upgrade my test bench, and two, I've been struggling with my audio. It's been driving me crazy. You guys probably noticed that like every now and then in my videos sound just drops off or clips or something, and it's some sort of feedback or interference in the signal. So I use like a wireless lapel mic that runs on 2.4 gigahertz, Wi-Fi signal. So I think that my router is broadcasting too close to the frequency my dog's down there. Cooper, what are you doing? Anyway, he's just gonna hang out down there. But like I was saying, the wireless mic that I use runs on 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, and I think that the channel that my router was on was too close to the transmitting frequency, and it was kind of stepping on it every now and then. So I have changed the channel of my Wi-Fi router, and I'm hoping that the audio is a lot better this time around. You guys let me know if it sounds any different in the comments down below. I guess I'll find out while I'm editing this if it really worked out. But anyway, what we're doing today is we're gonna take my test bench. You guys have probably seen it from time to time. It's quite high quality, and you guys may have wondered where this amazing piece of equipment came from, and I did make this. So all it is really is a piece of plywood with some fancy holes cut in there. I did put the ATX mounting pattern in there, put some standoffs, so it does kind of function well, but in the end it's just a piece of plywood with some 1x1s, and it works great. There's only a few things I don't like about it. One of those being that there's nowhere else to mount anything. And that means that every time I want to use it, I got to put it together, then take it apart to store it, and it's just kind of a pain. Also, there's no support for my graphics cards, so you can't wobble it about while everything's plugged in, or you might, break something. So I wanted something a bit more together. And the channel that I watch, Paul's Hardware, recommended the PC-T60 from lian-li. He says he uses it. He says it's great. Also, there's not that many test benches to choose from, so I picked this up. It's not that expensive when compared to other ones out there. Obviously, it's more expensive than this piece of wood, but we'll see if it was a good buy. We'll put it together, see if it was hard to put together, and then see what it features and if it was worth it. So let's get going. There you go. Everything is put together, and I will say, I did look at this test bench way back when I was thinking about making one, and I was like, I don't know if I like it because it has like this goofy handle on it. But after putting it together and finally seeing it in person, I don't really mind it too much, and it helps keep everything together. It's well balanced, so in the end, I don't think it's going to get in the way of any air coolers. So I think it's actually a good idea. Let's talk about the build experience though. So this thing, when it's put together, everything is robust, sturdy feeling. I like the black anodized aluminum. It comes in red and silver. Everything looks good and wasn't damaged. But the build instructions, like the work instructions that come with it to put it together, I don't know what happened, but they are absolute garbage. Like, I don't know if like the design team was in charge of putting the work instructions together, but it just didn't translate well. Like everything, for example, you have specific screws to use in specific spaces, and in the instruction it says, hey, use screw M here, and it doesn't really show where to put it very well. It doesn't show how things are oriented very well. And then like when it says use screw M, all the screws are just in bags that aren't labeled, so you have to look at the picture of what like M is and then be like, oh, it looks like M, and just put it in there and see if it works. In the end, yeah, it works. You can get it together, but it's not ideal. You're better off just like trashing that and just getting like a build guide off the internet or something like that. But if you have to, you can put it together. So feature-wise, I do like how everything's set up kind of compact and centered into the test bench with the power supply down here at the bottom. Right next to that, you have three 3.5-inch drive bays. On the other side, you have two 2.5-inch drive bays. And then if for some reason you still use like an optical drive, you do have two 5.25-inch drives on the front. I only installed one, and I just basically stuffed all my power supply cables in there because my power supply is not modular. But you know, you never know what is going to be able to fit in there down the line, or maybe do something dumb where you need an optical drive. So I put one in there in case you ever use it, and right now it's just keeping cables tidy, I guess you could say. When it's all said and done, I think I like this more than I thought I was going to. The handle was the biggest issue, but I think it's actually out of the way and actually pretty convenient for picking it, moving around, and you can always take it off if it's in the way. But the idea was I wanted a test bench where everything was kept in one space, easily moved around, and I didn't have to take everything apart. And I think that is going to solve all my problems. So if you want a lian-li T60 case, I'll leave a link down below. Go ahead and pick yourself up one. Just know going into it that the instructions are going to annoy you, so you're probably better off just throwing them away and just watching a build guide. But after you get it set up, I think you're going to enjoy what it turns out to be. So thank you for watching. This is Major Hardware. We'll see you next time.